Hey everybody. So I don't normally do this. I don't get on social media and post videos complaining about services or anything like that. But obviously, if I'm getting on here doing this, that means something upset me and I feel really strongly about it. So last summer, I went to a place called Girls Auto Clinic. Now, I used to go to this place. They used to repair my car before I relocated. And now that I'm back, I picked up and started going to them again. And I felt comfortable going to them because they're a girls' auto clinic. They sell this concept that they cater to women, and they have the nail bar and where you can get waxes, pedicures, manicures, all types of things while you wait. So I thought it was a cute concept, and I just felt more comfortable going there because, as women, we get scammed, going to mechanics and stuff like that. So I just felt really comfortable going to this place. So last year I was experiencing an issue with the air conditioner in my car, and it was basically like, as long as I was driving, it would be cool. But as soon as the car stops, the air is not cool anymore. So if I stop at a red light, it's not blowing cold air. If I get stuck in traffic, it's not blowing cold air. When I pick my son up from school and I'm waiting in the parent line, I'm sweating. It doesn't work, and it's hard because it gets hot. So I took it to them. I was to pay for the diagnostic and repair, so they diagnosed it, they repaired it, and I noticed that it's not, still not working. It's hard to recreate the issue when it's not hot outside. Excuse me. So when it's like, it got to be like 80 degrees and really, really hot, or up and really, really hot. So I noticed that it wasn't fixed. So they told me that I can bring it back, for another diagnostic with no charge. So I'm like, well, if it needs a repair again, like, do I have to pay for the repair? And the person I talked to said they spoke to the owner, and they said, yes, I would have to pay for the repair. So I did ask to speak to the owner. Her name is Patrice. And, she said that basically they start with the least expensive repair, and, then they go up to the most expensive. And this was not like communicated with me from the beginning, which I felt like it should be, because I would have never agreed to even let them touch my car if I knew that this was a trial and error thing. And this doesn't sound right. Like, I've never been to a mechanic where it was trial and error. So if I'm wrong, tell me in the comments, like, let me know. Is this what they're supposed to do? If there's an issue, they start with the cheapest fix, and then they go to the most expensive one from there. I've never heard of anything like that. So I just feel like it should have been like communicated prior to the service. Like, how can you just keep charging somebody for something that's unsuccessful? So I ended up giving them another chance because they said they would do the diagnostic for free. And I asked them about the repair, and they said that I can use something like financing, basically, so I wouldn't have to pay it all at once because it's expensive. I already paid for the repair. It was not fixed. And I really didn't feel comfortable like doing financing. And I told them, I said, if I'm paying for the finance, are you going to ensure that my car will be fixed? And the person that replied, this is through text message because, they communicate sometimes through text message. And the person that replied said that the AC condenser should be, the replacement of the AC condenser should be the direct fix. And, based on that information, I proceeded with financing the repair. So they go ahead, get my car, they repair it, and I'm driving the car home, and I'm noticing it's the same issue. Like, when I'm stopping at the traffic light and stuff like that, I'm hot again. Like, I'm sweating. So my car is still not fixed. I paid for this repair twice, and it's still not fixed. I financed it, so that means I'm locked into paying this every time I get paid. Every 2 weeks, they're going to take money out. So I was really, really upset, like, driving home. Like, I literally cried. Like, I just cried, because it was so upsetting. So I called them back again, and they said that they would diagnose it for free again. And they said that it would be a small fix, basically, and it would be no charge. I don't remember what the fix was, but basically that didn't work either. And mind you, I've been telling them that, this is very important because I have a child with special needs. I know a lot of you follow me. A lot of you follow my story with my son, Cameron, and a lot of you are super, super supportive. And you know that he has really bad seizures, and being overheated is a trigger for the seizures, and he could end up in the hospital. It's just very important for him to stay cool. Like, even in his IEP for school, it says that if he catches a school bus, it has to be air conditioned. If there's no air conditioning, he's not to get on the bus. So that shows just how important it is, for this not to be an issue. This is a safety issue for my son. So when I went back and they did the small repair that didn't work, I just, I sent them a text message to tell them how I felt, how dissatisfied I was with everything, how I've paid for this, fixed twice, and my car's still not fixed. Like, and I don't think they were understanding just how upsetting it was. Nobody was trying to help me in any way or make it better or anything. It was just the, oh well, basically, So, by this time it started getting cooler outside, so I couldn't, recreate the issue if I wanted to. So now here we are again. Summer is back, and I told him I was going to leave a review. I said, I'm not going to slander you. I'm going to leave a review, and I'm going to tell you exactly what my experience was. I'm going to tell people exactly what my experience was, which I did. Once it started getting hot again, last month, I wrote my reviews. I finally, was able to just, express myself in words, because I was just really upset about this. So I guess somebody at their shop got wind of my reviews, because I put it in multiple places, and they called me and they said, oh, we feel bad. We know the situation you have going on with your son, and we will fix your car free of charge. And I'm thinking, okay, like I understand they're trying to make it right, but you're not fixing my car free of charge. I paid for the repair twice. But I'm like, okay, so I let them do that. I took it in, and they basically said, and somebody that Marielle that called and said this to me, she was understanding, and they wanted to make it right. So basically they took my car in. This was a few weeks ago. They said that they let a master mechanic look at it, and they still didn't find the issue. They had it for a couple days. So you had a master mechanic, and he couldn't figure out the reason for the issue with my car. So how much of a master mechanic is he that he couldn't figure it out? And if this was the case, if you can't figure out the issue with my car, why didn't you tell me that the first 2 times? I would have respected it more if the first time that I came in with the issue, they told me they couldn't figure out what the repair is, instead of lying and making me pay for repairs twice. I would have respected it if they said, I don't know what's wrong. I'm not going to keep charging you for this repair, and it's one thing if they were just charging me for the diagnostic, which is fine, but you're charging me for diagnostic and repair, So when I went to go pick up my car, they gave me a Wawa gift card for $25 and basically asked me if I could take down my review. I just said okay when I left. I knew I wasn't taking it down, because it's still my experience, It's still my experience, and that doesn't change. And somebody did respond to my review, and I feel like it was a very subtle gaslighting review, and they basically asked me to, if I could edit my review to, show that they were basically trying to work with me. But this is it. This is my addendum to the review that I wrote. This is what I want to say. My car's still not fixed. So even though they did take it in to say that they were going to try to fix it, it's still not fixed, and you still have gotten paid twice off of me, and my car's not fixed. I feel like the owner, Patrice, should be ashamed of herself, and I feel like if this was her family member, her mother, her grandmother, her child, her husband, she would feel angry. She would feel angry if they paid for repairs that they didn't receive, instead of sitting there gaslighting somebody about, oh, we try, sometimes it takes multiple steps, this and that, that's fine, but give me my money back for the repairs. At the very least, give me my money back for the repairs. There's so many people that care about me and care about my son, and they're going to share the story, and a lot of people are going to see it. So this is your opportunity, if you see this video, to make it right. I'm not asking for all the money back. I'm not asking for everything back, but give me my money back for the repairs, because my car has not been repaired. So, and I can't afford to get my car fixed. At this point, I'm still paying on the repair. I'm still paying on the repair, because they're still taking money out every other week when I get paid, and my car's not repaired. And I was just outside in 102-degree weather several days in a row, driving in my car with the air not working. That's not fair. So everybody that really does care about us, and everybody that does support us, share this, please. I'm not trying to slander these people, but this is not right. Share this message, get it out there, and don't go to Girls Auto Clinic. Thank you for watching.